Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be framing the 3-paneled painting, finally. This was the painting that I was working on for my dad, and it's also the largest gouache painting I have ever done. And because of that, I had to frame this without using glass. So what I'm doing here is I'm peeling off the protective coating? Seal? Whatever. For this acrylic. Acrylic is a lot lighter than glass, so that's why I'm using it. And it's also UV protected, so it will protect the artwork from any sun rays. And I also got an anti-glare effect on it. So on one side, it's more matte looking, and I'm so glad I did this. You guys will see later. I had to work on the floor because I have a tiny apartment, and I kind of prefer working on the floor. There's just a lot more space. My back doesn't hurt as much. You know, I just make artwork like a gremlin. So that's my setup. It's not fancy, but it works. Right here, I'm adding what is called a spacer. And this is used for artwork that needs to be protected behind glass. But you use this when you don't have a mat. A mat is that piece of cardstock, or really it's just called mat board, and usually people put it around frames or inside frames to frame the artwork, and basically it keeps the artwork from touching the glass. And that's because paintings can sometimes, through humidity or whatever environment conditions, can sometimes adhere to the glass. And you obviously don't want that because it ruins your painting. Hello, no, not cute. No. So anyways, try to use a mat board when you can, but if you don't want a mat around your painting, if it's already large and you don't want a larger frame, then what you use is a spacer, which is what I'm cutting right now. It's hidden behind the trim of the frame, and it just raises the artwork like 1/10 of an inch away from the glass, or in this case the acrylic, and it just leaves a little bit of space, hence the term spacer, and yeah, basically prevents any of that happening. I don't want this painting getting stuck on this. Even if it is acrylic, I don't care. I don't want to mess around. I spent way too long on this to have that happen. So, yeah. All I did was I put the spacer along the edge where I'm going to be placing them, bent it, and then where I bent it, I'm cutting it so that it fits perfectly. And then there's a little paper side that you peel off, and it reveals the sticky side, and you basically put the sticky side right on the acrylic or inside the trim of the glass. Yeah, I just stuck it down, and yeah, keeps the artwork being propped up. Because this is a 3-paneled piece and a very unique frame, I also included 2 more spacers where those bars along the frame go across it. And that's because I cut these panels down to be in little squares, and the squares match up perfectly with the squares in the frame, so I just wanted to add some extra support there. I did this in 3 panels because a lot of reasons. One of them being I get distracted, and it's a lot easier to do a large painting one section at a time. And I know that sounds nuts, but my brain. That's my brain, hello. And also, I couldn't find one solid piece of illustration board that was wide enough for this. This was like over 40 inches. Yeah, it was like 42, 43 inches. And I also did flatten these panels out by doing my water method. I should probably post a video about how I do that on here. I should probably do that. Because these boards were very warped, I wanted them to be very flat. They were still a little propped up, but whatever, it's fine. Then I inserted the backboard. All I had that was big enough was cardboard. And basically what I did was I secured 3 layers of cardboard together, and I got some packing tape and sealed the edges because in this step where you see I'm putting in the flex tabs, sometimes that can cause the cardboard pieces to fall through, so I wanted to prevent that. Just use some packing tape. Easy. And also foam core backing is stupid expensive. Why is it so expensive? Like, why? That's stupid. It's stupid. I don't like it. So I use cardboard because, yeah. And I also did a little test where I put only four flex tabs in, and I flipped it over to look and see if there was any weird debris that fell through after doing that, 'cause sometimes that happens from the frame, and all was good. So then I just continued putting the rest of them in, checking again, crying a little because oh my god, it looks so good and I'm so proud of myself and I can't wait to give this to my dad. Anyways, and then I removed these two little hanger thingies. The hangers were already on the frame, and it just gave you the option to hang it vertically or horizontally, and since they won't need to hang it vertically, I removed those. And that will create a very even surface when they hang it on their wall. Alright, and right now I'm adding some acid-free double-sided tape because I'm going to be adding on the dust cover. The dust cover makes it look fancier and prevents dust from getting into the frame. Hence the name. This was kind of difficult because I didn't want to remove those hangers that were on horizontally. In hindsight, I probably should have removed all of them and then just put back on the ones that I was actually going to use, but you know what? We're here. I'm over it. It's done. Anyways, here I am removing the paper on the double-sided tape, and then it's time to apply the dust cover. Basically, it's just craft paper. I always cut it to size with an added few inches just in case, you know, just in case you end up not putting it on perfectly straight or something. And you want this to be pretty taut. You don't want any wrinkles on this. So I always secure it from the center on both sides and then just work my way out. And you also want to pull the corners just to make sure there's no weird wrinkle things, as I'm doing right here. I wound up just cutting out a tiny little bit to keep the hangers exposed. Is this the correct way to do? Should I have just taken out the hangers and put them back on? Yeah, I probably should have. It's okay. It's fine. Then what I'm doing is I'm creasing the dust cover along the edge of the frame, and I'm cutting off any excess. And the crease, you want this to be pretty sharp so that when you run a razor along the edge, it'll make a clean line. It was kind of hard to do that with this frame. The frame is kind of wobbly. There's a lot of tiles that are kind of pearly looking. It's beautiful, but it's not by any means a clean cut edge on the frame. It was kind of hard to do this. So there were some areas that were not as cute as others, but you know, it worked. It worked. And I'm doing the same thing along this edge. For some reason, this edge came out perfect. Like, what the hell? It's okay. And here's the final reveal! Really hope you guys liked this video, and I can't wait to show you guys my dad's reaction when I give him the painting. Also, stay tuned till the end because I have a cute little blooper of my dog being a diva. Luna. Is it dinner time? Is that why you're doing this? Come here. Over here. Get out of the frame. I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!